So today I'm drawing this moon fairy and we're just going to start right here. So I already drew it out and traced it onto this black paper. I am outlining it with Sakura Jelly Roll gel pens because they show up really, really well on black paper. And I'm just outlining it in the colors that I want it except for the skin because I don't have a tan color for skin. So I just outline that in white. And then I start coloring with Prismacolor colored pencils. Don't mind my nose popping in and out of frame right there. This plate is clean, I promise. So I have two types of pencils. I have the Prismacolor colored pencils and I have Polychromos by Faber-Castell. It takes me a little while to decide which ones to use, but I just decided to use the Prismacolors because I have more variety through that. And so here I'm just picking out a couple colors to go for the dress, and I want to do it like almost like a flower petal from the bottom up to the top. So I want to do a dark tip on the petal or the very end of the dress to a very light colored dress color. And I'm not great with lighting and shading and all of that. So like I know that she's sitting on the moon and the moon is really bright. So like it would be, you know, she would have light literally all around her. So I wasn't sure how the shading should go when it came to anything else. Um, I just kind of went for it where I felt like the shade would be because I know a lot of it's going to be bright and light because of obviously, you know, the moon is around her. But here for a while I'm just, you know, shading her dress with a darker blue and yeah, I really like how her dress came out. I think it came out really pretty. And the amount of coverage Prismacolor pencils have over this black paper is amazing. The only problem I had was kind of with the skin, and still it looks pretty good for being on black paper, but and obviously because, you know, it's a light color on a dark color, but the blue did really, really well, and I really like how this dress came out. So then I jump in to do the eyeball, and then I do a little bit of eyeshadow with the same blues, fixing up the eye with some black. The same blues that match her outfit, because if anyone knows me and has watched any of my makeup videos, knows that my eyeshadow always matches my clothes. Always. So here I am starting on the skin. I just put a very light base down. Wow, I can't talk tonight. A very light base down, and then I go in with some pink for her lips and go back to the skin because I jump all over the place when I'm doing stuff. And then I decided to take a deeper brown because the beige wasn't going to work and use that as shading. I put some yellow because the star is yellow, so I put some yellow where it would be glowing on her face and on her hands. You'll see that right there. And then later on I use the same gel pen that I used originally. Here I'm putting some peach in, putting some white in, and then I'll go back over it with the light color of um, the original skin tone that I used to lightly put it in. And then after I do that, I end up going back in with the shadow color because it didn't pick up as well as I wanted it to. And you can see me like always like dusting off the page because I swear there is so many more like dust particles that you can see on the black paper than you can on the white paper. The dust particles from like sharpening your pencil and stuff. Then I take a couple pinks, and very last minute I decide that I want to put dark blue at the tip of the fairy wing. Just, you know, just for a little bit of difference. And also I wanted it to be lighter where the moon is because, you know, the moon would be shining like through her wings. Just like if you put anything up to a light and how you can kind of see through it if it's, you know, thin or transparent in any way. So I put a layer of white, and I actually use a polychromo for that, which maybe isn't the best idea because I know that polychromos are, I think, oil-based or something like that, and Prismacolors aren't, or vice versa, whatever. So then I go back in with the Prismacolor white as well. And I need to get a new white pencil. It's tiny. It's really hard to use. Here I'm just going through with a really light yellow. And then I take a deeper yellow and make separate strands to make her hair curly. My fat hand is in the way. I do the same thing with a little bit of a brighter yellow. And then I go on with the light yellow and put more strands in. And color in any space that is left. And then I put some white in. I decided to put our little crown thing silver, and then this purple gel pen actually turns silver after it dries because it's metallic. Here's where I used the yellow gel pen to make it look a little bit more shiny, and then I color in the star. I make little lines. And then I decided to get some white paint out, which this paper cannot hold white paint, but that's alright. I made it work. So I just painted the moon in with a bunch of white paint. And I did 2 layers of this. And it was a pain in the butt because I obviously had to go around everything that I had just done. And also trying to keep the moon even and round. I'm not good at this. I am not good at keeping it in the lines. Earlier you could probably see me erasing stuff that I had messed up on, but that's alright. I'm a messy artist. fixing the lines. And there I messed up pretty good. So I take some black and there you go, can't see it. Woohoo! And I end up doing 2 coats of this white paint. And now I'm cutting out the original picture so I can do so I can splatter paint to make stars, but I'm cutting out the original so I can put it over this one so I don't get, you know, white paint on her because she doesn't need it. Obviously there's not going to be stars all over her. Making sure it's perfecto. And I water down some white paint, and I decide that I don't want to use my finger, and I use the end of scissors to just splatter the paint on. Dabbing some star splatters on. Seeing if I wanted to do a diamond, I did not. And as you can see, I kind of messed up the moon, so I had to put a little bit more extra paint on it. Then after, I decided to try to make some shines like all around her because, you know, the moon, so I was trying to do that lighting thing, I don't even know what you call it, that rim lighting, that's what it's called. And I tried to do it with my gel pen, but my gel pen just was not, it didn't want to work, so I decided to get some more white paint out, and I just do some areas. Actually, I do a lot of the areas, mostly, you know, the ones that are right next to the moon. And after I'm done with that, she's done. So I really hope you enjoyed this piece. This was really fun for me to make. I've been wanting to do a moon fairy for a long time. If you guys have like a name for her, I would love to hear some suggestions in the comments below, so please leave a comment. And yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!